Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys That Magic. This is Hunter and Shane again.
Hola.
We are back over the weekend. Happy 4th of July, Shane.
Happy 4th, my guy.
So today is July 5th, 2021. And we had a couple spoilers over the weekend, but not enough to where we had to make a video. But then today, Monday, they dropped quite another handful. So let's just jump into it. The first card we're talking about today is called Teleportation Circle. Teleportation Circle is 3 generic mana and 1 white for an enchantment. It says at the beginning of your end step, exile up to 1 target artifact or creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control.
That's it.
That's it. So just a blink effect for a card at the end of your turn.
Cool.
Every turn. You get those ETB triggers.
I'll say I like it, but it's boring. But boring is good. Hold on to your lunch, though, dude.
Hold on to your lunch. That's right. That is the flavor text there.
I don't get it. Is that a reference to D&D that's went over my head? Probably.
Probably.
Bartleby, dude.
Bartleby the Gnome Wizard said that. Yeah, I think this is like you said, is a very boring card, but it does something very good at the same time.
It's like a boring card that has a very important purpose in certain deck types.
Oh, absolutely. This is going to see a lot of those EDH, ETB triggers.
Yeah.
I see people
Will
running
it be
this.
in standard? I don't fucking know.
I mean,
It seems like a little expensive for just that, but I mean, I could be totally
it's only 4
wrong.
mana for an enchantment.
Right?
It just keeps doing it every turn.
Is it May, right? It's in May.
No, it says
Oh,
exile.
it must. So, okay. That doesn't matter,
Technically,
I
you can
guess.
do it to your opponents too.
Yo.
I mean, I don't know why you
I
would, but
always want to give them a fucking yeah.
I don't know. I
All
think it's
right.
pretty cool. I think it does what it needs to do. I think it definitely will see play in probably quite a bit of formats, not just EDH. But yeah.
Good.
Next up, we have Hob Boss. Hob Boss is a creature that costs 1 generic and 2 red mana. It is a 2/3. It says other goblins you control get +1/+1, and it also has another ability that you can pay a red and tap him. It says he deals damage to any target equal to the number of goblins that enter the battlefield under your control this turn.
I just want to call out that Hob Boss translates to Señor de los Banditos Hobgoblin.
Yep.
That's quite the translation. I think I like the original text. Okay, sorry, what the card does. Yeah, it seems like a goblin deck.
Oh, definitely.
In 1 mana, tap them to do, let's say, easy damage. I don't know. There's a bunch of goblins, right? So
Just a bunch
not
of 1 mana
unrealistic.
goblins come in.
Yeah,
Tokens.
not unrealistic to have like 3 or 4 or more. Like just shoot down whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah, for 3 mana, given something. If you're running Goblin Tribal, I guess, just
Yeah,
pretty cool.
and it's just deal damage, dude. So you can be like, I'll beat your face in. So swing the whole team, but him, and then
Yeah.
just be like, all right, and take more damage.
Yeah, exactly. All those hasty goblins.
Hasty goblins that are getting +1/+1 from him. Yeah, it kind of seems like a really good card.
He can definitely be like a finisher.
You know what? Señor de los Banditos Hobgoblin. I like him.
You like him. All right, next up we have Forsworn Paladin. Forsworn Paladin is a creature that costs 1 black mana for a 1/1. He has Menace. It has, you pay a generic and a black, you can tap him, pay 1 life, create a treasure, or as well as you can pay 2 generic and a black and have target creature get +2/+0 till end of turn. If mana from a treasure was spent to activate this ability, that creature also gains Death Touch to end of turn.
That's pretty cool.
It's very cool. There's a lot of cards in this set that specifically state if you paid with treasure, it gets better. It's very interesting.
Well, duh, dude, it's D&D. They're going to get treasure.
I mean, that's true. But I don't know. I just think it's very weird. It's very specific sometimes.
It's a human. That's relevant.
Yeah, almost doesn't look human, does it?
It's like a vampire.
Mm-hmm. I'd have said vampire too.
'Cause you know why?
Why?
It looks like they're on. What the fuck is the set that I'm thinking of with the original flip vampires? Innistrad. It
Innistrad,
looks
yeah.
very. It looked kind of like that, dude.
Does look like that, absolutely.
Right? Right?
So as you know, usually 1 mana 1/1s with
Pretty
menace,
good.
and they're pretty solid, including all of those stats on top of it.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to put money that you're going to see this card in standard quite a bit.
You know how sick it would be if you could do the first ability without tapping them? Holy shit. That'd be so broken.
That would be pretty broken. Yep. But that's why D. I was gonna say D&D. That's why Magic is balanced.
Once again, yeah, whatever you say.
All right, moving on. We have Long Rest. Long Rest is a sorcery that costs X and 3 green mana. It says return X target cards from, X target cards with different mana values from your graveyard to your hand. If 8 or more cards were returned to your hand this way, your life total becomes equal to your starting life total. Exile Long Rest.
Whoa. I actually know Long Rest. That's a D&D reference.
It is it
Yeah,
is.
it's like when you want to like. I'm not actually even gonna butcher this because I'm completely wrong, but it's like something to do with when you sleep and then you get replenished. I don't know. This is a interesting card though.
I mean, the flavor says a job well done means a rest well earned.
So 8 or more, you're paying 8, 9, 10, 11.
You're paying 11. Yeah.
Nobody's fucking doing that, dude.
This is definitely only seeing play in some sort of EDH deck. That's the only spot I'm seeing it. I'm not
Uh,
seeing this in standard.
I mean, you were always on the thing of saying like, oh, big green mana, you can spend a lot of mana.
I know, but you have to have X target cards with different mana values.
Oh,
That's
that's true.
that's hard.
You got a 1, a 2, a 3,
You have to get 8.
1 through 8, dude.
1 through 8. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this card seems not like something you play in standard.
Like I said, it's very very interesting card. I don't see this in standard. I could be completely wrong, and it could be like the broken card of standard, but this is an EDH card. It screams EDH at me.
Like it's cool to be at level. Dude, think about going against a burn or aggro deck. You're at 1 life. You return it back. Oh, I'm at 20 now.
Back to
And then
20.
they
Yeah.
and then they scoop. That'd be pretty sick. But then imagine going to 40. Oh,
See, that's why I think it's way better in EDH because I mean, essentially you have to pay 11 mana to, like, let's say you're at 5 life, you're getting 15 life. I don't know.
oh, you mean for standard?
Yeah, for standard. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't see it. I see it in EDH though.
But then counter argument would be our other buddy. You're gonna die in 1 turn regardless. So your health total doesn't matter. So keep that in mind.
Next up, we have a new land. It is the final land cycle of the creature lands. This is Lair of the Hydra. It is a land. It enters tapped if you control 2 or more other lands. You can tap it at a green, or it has pay X and a green. It becomes an XX green Hydra creature until end of turn. It's still a land. X can't be 0.
This seems like a really good land.
Yeah, this one's solid. This this one's just like, I'm just gonna pay however much, get that XX.
I mean, I can see this more being like a blocker rather than a beater. But I
Mhm.
could be wrong.
No, I completely agree. This is like a last stand type of card.
You activated my trap card.
Ha! You didn't see I had 6 mana still floating?
Yeah, they would see that from a mile away. But it's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I don't think I like it more than the blue one, I think.
Yeah, I think the blue one's still the best, but
But this was probably my second.
yeah, this one is solid. It looks
No,
pretty
that
cool.
looks cool.
Yeah.
Old dwarf's getting wrecked.
All right.
Alright.
Moving on to Acererak or Acererak. We're gonna go Acererak. Acererak is a legendary creature, zombie wizard. It costs 2 generic and a black for a 5/5. When it enters the battlefield, if you have not completed the dungeon Tomb of Annihilation, return it to your hand and venture into the dungeon. When he attacks, for each opponent, you create a 2/2 black zombie creature token unless that player sacks a creature.
It's pretty cool.
It's very interesting that it makes you do a specific dungeon,
Well, I'm guessing this motherfucker's in that dungeon in
probably.
D&D.
Yeah.
Again, we're plebs and no idea.
Hey man, we're
But
playing Magic here. We're not playing D&D.
it's the same. Okay. I think this is cool because it's like it's a 3 mana 5/5, but actually it's a 3 mana go into that dungeon first, probably. I'm guessing you always play as 3 mana just to get into the dungeon, right?
Mhm.
Which seems cool. And does venture into the dungeon mean just take the first step, or can I on turn 3 play
Anytime,
this?
right. Anytime you go venture into the dungeon, you either enter the dungeon or go to the next room.
Okay. So on turn 3 I play it. Turn 4 I can play it again and go one more in.
Mhm.
Got it. That's cool.
Just keep entering with this guy.
Yeah. I hope you have more in your deck to do that, but this
Yeah,
is your only reason
absolutely.
to get in there. I mean, maybe, but it's a cool
3
card, I
mana
guess.
5/5 though is really good.
I don't like the fact that you're giving your opponents 2/2 zombies, but because they're probably not going to
Uh,
be wanting to sacrifice creatures, right?
no, this is when he attacks for each
Oh,
opponent
you
you
create.
create. Yeah.
Got it.
So say you're playing
Misreading.
EDH, you got 3 opponents, you're making 3 2/2s unless you sack a creature, you sack a creature, or you sack a creature.
So basically, I get the 2/2, or you don't have a creature. And if you
Correct.
don't have a creature, then I don't get. Got it. That's cool.
Most of the time, I would say you can make a 2/2. I'm not getting rid of my creature.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Moving on, we have Skeletal Swarming. Skeletal Swarming is an enchantment that costs 3 generic mana, a black and a green. It states each skeleton you control has trample, attacks each combat if able, and gets +X/+0, where X is the number of other skeletons you control. It also says at the beginning of your end step, create a tapped 1/1 black skeleton creature token. If a creature died this turn, create 2 of those tokens instead.
All right. So that part, this card I was gonna say is super dumb, but it like feeds itself. So that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
This can get
Skeleton
out of hand, right?
Tribal.
No, I mean, I guess there are, but in standard, are there that many skeletons?
I don't
I'd have
know.
to open up the old playbook, but I mean, just the fact that it makes a skeleton every turn, like that can get out of hand. Drop at turn 5, and I guess in 5 turns you can make. Wait, they get +5 plus. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's
EDH.
dope. EDH. Yeah, I think this has a place for some spots, especially that colors too, black and green.
I think any kind of expensive enchantment wants to go in EDH real bad.
I mean, this is not too expensive, only 5 mana.
No, I know, but it's still a heavy drop.
Hmm. Let's move on to True Polymorph. True Polymorph is an instant that costs 4 generic, 2 blue mana. It states target artifact or creature becomes a copy of another target artifact or creature.
I feel like someone can break this, right? There's got to be some kind of infinite loop with this motherfucker.
You're just making a bunch of copies, dude,
Yeah, exactly.
of the same stuff.
Hmm. That's cool. I'm sure there's a way to break this.
You think so?
On the surface, I mean, there's got to be. On the surface, I'll say it's dumb that it's expensive and you just get a copy of like whatever. But if you have a way to like copy this that does this, and then you copy it again and it does this, and then you're like, fuck, I'm dead.
Fuck, I'm dead. I mean, granted, it doesn't say you can't do it. I mean, it specifically doesn't state that you can do it with legendaries, so the legendary rule still takes an effect. So you can't like
Yeah. Yeah.
make crazy stuff. But for
I mean,
six
just
mana,
Yeah, it's kind of heavy,
It is heavy.
but it's instant. That's cool. Normally
It
you
is
see
an
these fucking
instant.
things as sorceries, and you're like, wah wah.
Yeah, it'd be cool to make a treasure into like a Elder Gargaroth.
Well, yeah, you have treasures, so it's probably easier to. Like, if you had a deck that made a bunch of treasure, it'd be probably easier to pay than because 6
And
is a
then
shitload.
you could put this in your Lonis deck.
Dude,
That'd be
I can
something, huh?
do that. Or my Send triplets, dude. Fuck.
Oh, anything with blue.
Moving on.
Moving on, we have a new Planeswalker. This
Hey.
Planeswalker is called Grand Master of Flowers.
Oh god.
It is 2 generic, 2 white mana for a starting loyalty of 3. It says as long as Grand Master of Flowers has 7 or more loyalty counters on him, he's a 7/7 dragon god creature with flying and indestructible.
Yo.
He has a +1 that says target creature without first strike, double strike, or vigilance can't block or block until your next turn.
Can't attack or
And it
block, yeah.
also has another +1 that says search your library and or graveyard for a card named Monk of the Open Hand. Reveal it, put it in your hand. If you search your library, shuffle it.
Alright, well, I'm kinda sad because I'm seeing the tabs up here and I don't see one called Monk of the Open Hand, so I don't know what the fuck
Yeah,
that does.
Monk of the Open Hand is a uncommon, but
Oh, got it.
I will say it what it is. It's just a 1 drop, 1 white mana for a 1/1. It says whenever you cast your second spell, it gets a 1/1 counter.
That's
So
weird.
it's one of those.
Well, why does this card care so much about it?
I don't know. I guess they're friends.
Huh.
I don't know the D&D lore behind that, but
Oh, got it. Lore. Got it.
yeah. But it's interesting that he doesn't have his ult, but what his ult is, he turns into a creature.
I mean, that's a pretty like, he basically becomes
A
I'm
7/7 dragon,
I
indestructible
know.
fire.
I'm gonna, like, literally butcher this and get hate from people, but my 9/9 Angel, dude, the one you guys hate, or
Hmm.
8/8 Angel, and
Right.
it basically becomes that, dude. And that thing is insanely hard to get rid of.
Uh, I mean, yeah. I mean, you could. It still doesn't.
You need to
Well,
exile it.
because I think he would. Right. He is still caught. Because. Hmm.
Yeah.
It's not a
You're
token,
stuttering over
though,
your words.
right? He's not a
No.
token. He doesn't become a token. He becomes
No,
a
no,
seventh
it's
of a dragon. So he's
yeah.
still 4 mana.
Right, I'm just saying that he's indestructible, though, so you need to exile him, right? So oh, you're saying 'cause you can get rid of him from, like,
You can
that
get rid of
one
the
blue drop or
Skyclave
whatever.
Apparition.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay, okay, you're right. It's pretty hefty, though.
It is. It's very interesting thing for a planeswalker. I've never really seen a planeswalker just, all right, I'm a creature now. That's it. I don't go back to being anything. I'm just a creature for the rest.
Oh, true, so he doesn't have his pluses anymore.
Doesn't get his pluses anymore.
Ah, got it. I was thinking about that. Well, it's kinda weird because his bottom plus is only relevant 4 times, right? Oh, no, it's just from the graveyard, never mind.
Let me grab it. You can just bring them
That's
back.
pretty cool. That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, because that 1 mana 1/1 that gets +1/+1 for the second spell. We've
Yeah.
seen that before. They get pretty strong.
And the top one is, like, super protection.
Hmm.
Unless you have first strike or double strike, then that creature just will never attack the planeswalker.
Right. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if you'll see any play in standard, but we'll see.
Well, EDH would be weird,
He,
right? 'Cause it's you search your library for 1 card and I
yeah,
guess you can yeah,
I mean,
whatever.
you just keep unless he gets exiled, then that second +1
It's
loyalty
just dead.
is
Whatever,
useless.
it's cool, though, it's cool.
All right, moving on. We have another planeswalker.
Ooh, blue.
This planeswalker is Mordenkainen. Mordenkainen is costs 4 generic and 2 blue mana. Starting loyalty is 5. It has a +2 that says draw 2 cards, then put a card from your hand on the bottom of your library. It also has a -2 that says create a blue dog illusion creature token with this creature's power and toughness are equal to twice the number of cards in your hand. And it has a -10, his ultimate. It says exchange your hand and library, then shuffle. You get an emblem with no maximum hand size.
That's a lot of cards. First of all, I think this card is pronounced Mordenkainen because it's a canine dog. Think about that.
Maybe.
I'm just saying. Throwing that out there. Second, didn't fully listen to the rest of what you're saying, but this looks pretty cool.
You didn't. I mean, the -10 exchange your hand in library. I mean, that's
Yeah, you basically just win the
that's a
game, right?
lot of card. I don't know if you win the game. Like you have to have. Obviously, okay. Depending on how many mana you have open. Otherwise, that could be drastic.
Well, I mean, if you're a combo deck, again, I'm going straight for EDH. This probably won't see. I mean, maybe it will see something in standard. Just seems heavy. But in modern or EDH, dude, you just have your combo. Boom, you get your whole library. You win the game.
You win the game. I like its +2 where you draw 2 cards and then put it not in your graveyard, but back into the library on the bottom.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
yeah, that's
And
cool.
let's save it for later. And then you can shuffle it if you need to shuffle it with a shuffle card. I don't know. It
It's
seems pretty cool.
unfortunate. It's unfortunate you can't do the minus after you ult. Imagine the dog is being massive.
Dude, imagine having 2 of these.
I guess you could. You did the plus whatever. Yeah, that'd be crazy, dude.
All right, let's move on to Inferno of the Star Mounts. Inferno of the Star Mounts is a legendary creature dragon that costs 4 generic and 2 red mana. For a 6/6, it says this spell can't be countered. It's got flying. It's got haste. It also has pay 1 red, and it gets +1/+0 until end of turn. When its power becomes 20 this way, it deals 20 damage to any target.
The fuck? How is it getting? So you have to pay 20
You
mana?
play you pay 14. It's a
Oh,
6/6. So you pay 14 red mana, and then you
Jesus
deal
Christ!
20 damage to any target, so probably face.
I mean, that's EDH, baby.
Yeah, that's
Inferno de los Montes Estrella.
that's
Scary,
right.
dude.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. I like this card.
I like the art. I mean,
That's the card. I mean, six mana for a 6/6 flyer haster that can't be countered when it comes in. Oh,
yo, that's actually pretty sick. Now I think about it.
yeah. That's like, oh. And then you could just buff it once it comes in if you have extra mana.
Yeah,
It seems like a pretty good finisher.
that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
putting this in that
legend.
ultimatum deck, dude. It's a monocolored creatures or
There
monocolored
you
card.
go, dude. And finally, if you remember the Book of Vile Darkness, we never got our Eye and Hand of Vecna. Well, now we did. First
Oh
up, we have
shit!
the Eye of Vecna. The Eye of Vecna is 2 generic mana for a legendary artifact that says when it enters the battlefield, you draw a card and lose 2 life. And it also says at the beginning of your upkeep, you may pay 2. If you do, draw a card and lose 2 life.
That's
So
a lot of losing life.
you lose a lot of life with it, yes, but it's a draw engine essentially.
Eye of Vecna.
Eye of Vecna.
But you better do something sick.
If you
I mean,
remember,
yeah,
the
what?
book you had to exile the Book of Vile Darkness with the 2 Eye in hand, and then you get a Vecna legendary 8/8 black zombie creature token with
Got
indestructible
it.
and it gains all the triggered abilities of all the cards.
Got it.
So
So it will
it
do
still
that.
gets to keep the at the beginning of your upkeep. You may pay 2 to draw a card and lose 2 life
All right.
if you want.
I mean, it's pretty cool. It's a good
And
draw
then
engine.
yeah, and then finally we have the Hand of Vecna. The Hand of Vecna is 3 generic mana for a legendary artifact equipment. It says at the beginning of combat, on your turn, equipped creature or a creature you control named Vecna gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand. You can equip it by paying 1 life for each card in your hand, or equip it for 2.
Who the fuck is Vecna, man? We gotta figure this guy out.
He's a god, dude.
Looks like a
Apparently,
human. That's a human hand.
he's an 8/8 black zombie god.
That's crazy, dude. All right, well, this card's okay, right? XX.
I think it's really cool that there's an alternate equip cost.
I mean, dude, you're getting fucking wrecked on health.
Depends on how many cards in your hand.
Yeah,
Say you have 0 cards in hand. Is that equipped free?
yeah, but then it gets a 0 + 0 + 0. It
That's
wants to have a bunch of cards in hand.
That's true.
I don't know. I think this wait, you already read it to me. Never mind. I think that it needs a lifelink or something because you just killed yourself with this damn card,
Yeah.
or you're playing EDH where your life is bigger. But yeah, it seems good. It seems. I guess you're just if you have a bunch of cards in hand, you just pay 2.
Yeah, you can also,
Not
yeah,
that
I
bad.
was gonna say the equip cost is just 2 still.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty cool. Little witchcraft. Get rid of the eye, get rid of the hand, get rid of the book. You get a zombie god. Doesn't make any sense to me, but fuck it.
I'm looking forward to the animation on Arena, which is gonna be fucking sick.
That'd be really cool. I mean, it's gonna take a stretch to get all these in play without your opponent going, all right, I know what's about to happen. I'm not gonna let it.
Yeah, you have to like have the book and then play the hand and the eye at the same turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, like have the book already in play.
I don't know. I think it'd be cool. I'm sure we'll see videos on people building it. But that's it. That is the cards that were announced today, cards that were shown off today, whatever you want to call it. What did you think of all the cards today?
Pretty cool, pretty cool.
Do you have a
I like
favorite?
Señor de los Banditos Hobgoblin.
You love that card, huh?
It's like saying that.
It's like saying that. I think my favorite card from the announcement today, I think, is the Red Dragon. I think that's a pretty cool card. I think it's pretty powerful for 6. Can't be countered. It's big.
Yeah,
It's big and scary.
you're just a sheep, dude.
I am a sheep.
You gotta think outside the box.
Well, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like on the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Until maybe tomorrow, they might announce some more. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
Until next time, this is Guys the Magic. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace.
Later.